Welcome to the channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So in today's video we are reviewing the titanium diver from SH Watch. You guys know what watch it is already, homaging. So I did review one of the previous models. It was a PRX style watch with Christopher Ward style dial and hands. And it was very impressive. It's probably the best value for money watch from AliExpress, powered by a Sellita SW200 movement. So that watch was incredible, great value for money. So then they sent in two watches for me to have a look at. I did the unboxing and now I'm doing a follow-up review with the first of the two that they sent over. So because I covered the specs and dimensions on the unboxing video, I'll put that up on screen for everyone to have a look at. There's 2 points which I feel I want to cover, which I might have got wrong in the initial unboxing. The first point on the specifications is water resistance rating. Now, if I said it was 200 meters, I was wrong. They actually claim it is to be 100 meters, and it also states 100 meters on the dial, which is quite, I don't know, it doesn't make sense because it does have a screw down crown and a screw down case back, but I feel SH Watch recognizes the water resistance, the alleged aspect of it, and not being tested. So rather than go for 200, they've put it down to 100 just to be safe. Then sorry, I still hold the belief that any watch from AliExpress with water resistance rating, guys, please don't take it seriously. Some will work, some won't work, but there's a high chance they will fail because not every single one is tested, and not a lot of brands do actually go through thorough testing. Now, that being said, the point on specifications which I want to clarify is I can't remember now if the lug width I stated was 20 mil. If I did, that was incorrect. It's actually 21 millimeters as confirmed by my calipers and also on their website. So now that we've clarified that, let's have a closer look at this watch from SH Watch Store. And the question we really want to ask ourselves is, especially considering that I did the three-way comparison between the Octopus Kraken, between the Seaston and the Ixendao. There's a lot of models out there that already homage this watch. Now, is this SH watch going to be that much different, where you feel like I need to go and get this? Well, that's what we're going to look at. And to be honest, and straight off the bat, it's not that different. They have built this watch really well, and those two watches again are the highest rated watches on AliExpress for that particular style, as you saw in the three-way comparison. So there's nothing too different about this or anything really. The dial is well made. It's got that very subtle sun ray that I do like with this particular design, and I think it's important to have that aspect of it if you're gonna homage this style of watch. So it does have that very subtle sun ray pattern. You've got plain and simple text. As you can see just below the 12 you've got SH branding, and then above the 6 you've got your automatic and water resistance rating. Something inherent of the design is great legibility. It's white on black, again something you can't go wrong on. You can see how legible this watch is. The handset is really well built, snowflake style hands. No issues there at all. No issues on the hour markers, all well aligned, perfectly placed. They are slightly 3D as well. Loads and loads of lume, which you guys will see right now. Very solid lume. You can see the bezel is also loomed. The markers are loomed on the minute markers all the way up to the 15-minute marker on the bezel. So this watch has all the specifications that we've already seen from the other contenders. What makes it more difficult is the price. Now, SH Watch on the previous watch was incredible value, but obviously I don't expect that across all the models. This watch is around £227 for the PT5000 and around £283 for the SW200. So you get better value for money on the SW200. But there's things which you might want to consider, like the branding. The other three watches I believe had a bit of red on the dial. This one doesn't. So there's a couple of small differences which it's just down to preference, what you prefer, and if you think this watch is worth getting. As I said, 227 with the PT5000 puts it in the same price range as the others. So as of yet, there's nothing that different which should make you want to get and kind of buy this. Bezel itself is not the best. Let's check the rotation. So as far as titanium bezels go, it's somewhere in the middle, right? It's not the worst one I've felt, and it definitely isn't the best. So the Octopus Kraken had the best sounding bezel, followed by the Seaston, which was very light, and the Ixendao was again somewhere in the middle. So this is quite similar to the Ixendao, I would say. It does have that what I'd call acceptable playback, where it's just the tiniest amount, where at the 12 o'clock point it kind of sits back into its line, but it is perfectly aligned. So you can hear the clicks. Okay, I can feel a bit of scraping, which is, I find that on a lot of titanium watches, to be honest. but you can see it does line up perfectly well. It's got a nice pip as well at the 12 o'clock. You know, the bezel insert looks very similar to the other watches that we've seen. I think this watch, for it to stand out amongst the crowd, they would have to do something what they did with the first model, which I reviewed, is just drop the price on it and, you know, make it below £200, for example. Moving on to the case, again, it is exceptionally finished. It's no way lesser than the other three that I looked at. You've got some very fine linear brushing on the side of this titanium case. And one thing good about these cases, or this one in particular, is that normally titanium has sort of a sandblasted or matte finish. You can clearly see the definition on the transitions and the finishing. You can see this softly brushed bevel along the side of the lug. You can also see linear brushing on these lugs, which is very fine and very smooth. And of course, moving on to the crown guards, a very nice profile to the case. There's no sharp edges at all. It is finished exceptionally well. And you've also got that relief logo on the crown. The crown itself, you can see all the splines are well machined. There's no kind of grittiness in the crown. It's a very smooth crown. And yes, it does have a ghost position, because the PT5000 does not come without a ghost position, except in the case of the X and Now, where they managed to, you know, edit it in some way or modify it, and they actually removed the ghost position, which is very impressive. It does have fairly smooth threading for titanium. The case back, plain and simple as the others. You've got some horizontal brushing, slightly coarser than what's on the case. I think one of the points about this watch, which is gonna be a selling point if there was going to be anything obvious, it's of course that bracelet. As I mentioned, it is 21mm on the end links, and they've provided this very supple rubber strap. It is very soft indeed, and it gives you great fit on the wrist. And so this is for the people that don't like titanium bracelets. Most people will consider a watch with a bracelet better value for money. However, with these, you know, titanium fitted end links on this rubber strap, I can see why people would prefer this. You also got SH branded buckle with some really nice brushing on there, and quite a large and wide buckle to accommodate obviously the width of the strap. So yeah, on wrist it is very comfortably. It is a true sports diver with this rubber strap. I think this is the only thing which is going to make it stand out from the crowd. But again, at the price point it is, it's super competitive, and subjectively there's probably better options out there, or options which have already been there. So just to summarize, everything is on par with the, you know, already good competition that this watch has. The bezel isn't its strongest point, but it does have a great strap option. So that's it for me today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think it's positive to see SH Watch giving us some form of continuity. Second watch I've seen, and it is holding up to the first watch. So that's it for me today, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.